Stretch the heart more and it pumps harder, but only up to a point. Let's understand Frank-Starling in a minute. Frank-Starling relationship is an intrinsic property of the myocardium. Stretching the cardiac sarcomere leads to a stronger contraction on the next beat. More stretch in, more force out. Otto Frank saw it in skeletal muscle and Starling proved it in the heart. The energy of contraction is a function of muscle fiber length. In the intact heart, that stretch is the end-diastolic volume. More end-diastolic volume means more myocardial stretch, which by Starling's law generates a bigger stroke volume. That's the rising limb of the curve. Why does stretch help? At longer sarcomere lengths, the myofilament becomes more sensitive to calcium. That is length-dependent activation. There is an optimal sarcomere length around 2 to 2.2 microns, where actin-myosin overlap is ideal. Push beyond it and the curve flattens and then falls. This is the whole logic of a fluid bolus. An underfilled ventricle sits low on the steep part of the curve. Give fluid, preload rises and the stroke volume jumps. But a failing heart, overstretched heart, is already on the flat top. More fluid won't help and may tip it into congestion. Know where on the curve your patient sits before you load them. And remember, the curve isn't fixed. Inotropes shift the whole curve up and to the left. A failing heart shifts it down and to the right. Same preload, very different stroke volume depending on which curve you're on. Master the normal to decode the abnormal.